Hare Krishna. I welcome all of you for Gita for Youth. We are celebrating a Gita Jayanti on December 14th. In these celebrations, we are going to discuss 4 important shlokas, each one, each day. Okay. 10.8, 10.9, 10.10, 10.11. So these are the 4 shlokas. These are all 4 shlokas together. It's called Chatushloki Gita. The Bhagavad Gita essence is there in these 4 shlokas. So today we are going to discuss the 8th shloka, the first shloka, 10th chapter, 8th shloka. Tomorrow 9th shloka, next 10th and then 11th. On December 14th we have a Gita Jayanti. So before that, let us begin with some humble prayers and let's go in detailed discussion. So please join with me, hold your hands together and chant the mantras along with me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamutirahi. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namini Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarini Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. I once again welcome all of you for Gita for Youth for discussing a special shlokas, Chatushloki Gita. So 8th shloka will begin with today. The chapter title is Opulence of the Absolute Truth. 10th chapter title. In the 10th chapter there are 42 shlokas. 18 chapters whole Bhagavad Gita has. 10th chapter has 42 shlokas. In that 8th to 11th is called Chatushloki Gita. These 4 shlokas together discuss 3 main points. 4 shlokas together discuss 3 main points. 10.8 discusses the opulence of the Krishna. How great God is. How wonderful He is. How magnanimous He is. How Krishna is the source of all the sources. How Krishna is the cause of all the causes. Krishna explains in this one simple shloka, 10th chapter, 8th shloka. And he also describes, after understanding this, what is the benefit. Okay. And 9th shloka discusses another important topic, which is how, after understanding Krishna's supremacy, how devotees of Krishna reciprocate with Krishna. What is the business of devotees? In the 9th shloka, it is described. What is the business of the devotees? After understanding the 8th shloka. Yes. And 10th and 11th, these 2 shlokas describes how there is a relationships, reciprocation between the Supreme Lord and Krishna, devotees. How there is a mutual understanding and mutual reciprocation between the Krishna and his devotees. This important aspect is discussed in the 10th and 11th shlokas. So combining all 4 shlokas together, 3 important concepts are discussed. That is essential subject matter for Bhagavad Gita. Who is Krishna? What is Krishna? Who is devotee? What is devotee? And the relationship between both of them. Let us come to 10.8th shloka. Hare Krishna. Yes, please hear carefully. We have a quiz. At the end of all 4 sessions, we have a quiz on the Gita Jayanti. Hare Krishna. Please follow me. You can read along with me because you are online. So 10th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, 8th shloka. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Shloka once again. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Shloka once again. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Anybody here would like to recite the shloka? I would like to hear any one of you try reciting the shloka. Anyone? Any two members voluntarily come out, recite the shloka, please. These are words are directly spoken by Krishna. Don't feel shy. These words are spoken directly by Krishna. Please, anyone?
Prabhuji, can I?
Yes, try.
Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam Buddha bhava samanvitaha.
Very nice, very nice. Thank you very much. So let us read the word-to-word meaning and translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Word-to-word meaning. Aham, I, sarvasya, of all, prabhavaha, the source of generation, mattha, from me, sarvam, everything, pravartante, emanates, iti, thus, matva, knowing, bhajante, become devoted, mam, unto me, Buddha, the learned, bhava samanvitaha, with great attention. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I am the source of all the spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me, the wise who perfectly know these, engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. Purport. We will read one line and we'll discuss. A learned scholar who has studied the Vedas perfectly and has information from authorities like Lord Chaitanya and who knows how to apply these teachings can understand that Krishna is the origin of everything in both the material and spiritual worlds. And because he knows this perfectly, he becomes firmly fixed in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna. So many times when we go and distribute books, Bhagavad Gita, people say, I have Bhagavad Gita. I have Bhagavad Gita. मेरे पास है Bhagavad Gita. People, they say very strongly and confidently, I have Bhagavad Gita. But hardly someone opens it and reads. They have Bhagavad Gita, but they don't open it. Hardly someone out of thousands of people who takes Bhagavad Gita, hardly someone opens Gita and starts reading. And that too, if somebody opens Bhagavad Gita, they will start reading Bhagavad Gita first to 2 slokas or 2 pages, and they will say, oh, zyada ho gaya, bahut ho gaya aaj. They will close the book and they will never open again. People, they keep the book and they worship daily ek agarbatti. Yes. People, somebody who reads Bhagavad Gita, but they misunderstand. Unfortunately, some people, they read whole Bhagavad Gita. They say, Krishna is not God. Everyone is God. You are God, I am God, everyone is God. Some other people, they read Bhagavad Gita completely and they say, Krishna is some great Mahatma, is some great person. We are all not so great, but Krishna is some great person, just like some king, some Mahatma, some Baba, some yogi, like that. Krishna is also some great personality. And some people, they read Bhagavad Gita completely and they come to conclusion, say that Krishna is not God, but there is something within Krishna that is God. Some kind of people, they read Bhagavad Gita completely and they say that Krishna is a normal person like us, but there is something behind Krishna, that is a Brahma Jyoti, everything is light. Some people completely read Bhagavad Gita and they come to a conclusion, everything is Brahman. God doesn't have form. So like this, they read Bhagavad Gita, they come to different conclusions, varieties of conclusions. So that's why it's very hard to find someone understanding Bhagavad Gita, its real essence. That's why Prabhupada gives Bhagavad Gita as it is. Yatha Roop. Bhagavad Gita Yatha Roop. Yatha Tatham. Tena Moola Roope. Jashi Atashi. Gujarati, Marathi. Bhagavad Gita. To understand Bhagavad Gita, we need to understand from Krishna, not from someone who is partially understood Gita. Some people, they take business lessons from Bhagavad Gita. Some people, they take lessons how to become a good boss, how to make his employee to convince for his product. Because Krishna is convincing Arjuna to fight. Because Arjuna said, I will not fight, but Krishna is so expert in convincing Arjuna. So how boss can convince his employee, how employee can convince his customer. They take such kind of lessons from Bhagavad Gita. Hardly someone, they get Bhagavad Gita in real essence. That real essence only can be understood in disciplic succession, in parampara. Otherwise, it's very hard to understand Bhagavad Gita in its truth. That's why these 4 shlokas, they explain very depth meaning of Bhagavad Gita, Chatushloki Gita, essential lessons for all of us to learn. Let us focus on the shloka. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I'm just showing it. Krishna says to Arjuna, Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the source of everything. From me, everything comes. I am the supreme master. Matta sarvam pravartate. Everything rests on me. Whatever you are seeing, whatever you are experiencing, whatever you are not seeing, whatever you are not able to experience, everything, spiritual and material, everything that comes from me. I am the source of all the sources. I am the cause of all the causes. Krishna is very boldly giving this statement. Yes. Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. Iti matva bhajante mam. If anybody understands this simple fact, Krishna is the source of all the sources. Krishna is the cause of all the causes. Krishna is the root cause of everything. Krishna is Adi Purusha. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. If anyone understands this simple fact, iti matva bhajante mam bhudabhava samannita. If anybody understands perfectly this simple topic, concept, he will worship Krishna. Iti matva bhajante mam. He will do bhakti to Krishna. He will serve Krishna with a good intelligence, Buddha, and with a good heart, Bhava. With a good buddhi, nice buddhi, good intelligence, he will serve Krishna. At the same time, he will serve with a good Bhava, nice attitude, he will serve Krishna. But for that, we should understand the simple fact, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. When Srila Prabhupada, he started this ISKCON Society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness in New York. He introduced 7 purposes of ISKCON. In the 7 purposes of ISKCON, one of the purposes is to introduce, to spread to everyone that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. In the purport of this shloka, Prabhupada explains very elaborately. He quotes from many, many shastras, many Upanishads, how Krishna is the supreme. How Krishna, Vishnu, Narayana is the supreme Lord. Krishna explains very elaborately in this purport. So if anybody understands this simple fact that Krishna is supreme Lord, he will fix up in intelligence. Yes, I need to serve Krishna. Yes, I need to become servant of Krishna. Not only that, he will have a good attitude, nice bhava to serve Lord. Otherwise, different motivations comes up. So in this 8th shloka, Krishna is explaining how Krishna is the supreme Lord. 9th shloka, Krishna explains how, after understanding Krishna is the supreme Lord, how devotee behaves, how devotee attitudes, how devotee business, how devotee deals, what devotee does. In the 9th shloka it comes. So why we are discussing so much about Krishna? In the purport, we will discuss more about Krishna. Prabhupada explains in the Narayana Upanishad, from the Narayana Upanishad, from Gopala Tapani Upanishad, from Maha Upanishad, from many shlokas he discusses. He says, from Narayana Upanishad, he says, Narayanat Brahma Jayate, Narayanat Indro Jayate, Narayanat Asto Vashavo Jayante, Narayanat Ekadasha Rudra Jayante, Narayanat Dvadosho Adityaha. Means from Narayana Rudra came, from Narayana Brahma came, from Narayana Indra came, from Narayana everybody comes. Yes. So like this, Krishna is Prabhupada, our dear Prabhupada, is explaining wonderfully. He says from the Gopalatapani Upanishad, from Gopalatapani Upanishad, Prabhupada writes, he says, Yo Brahmanam Vidadati Purvam, Yo Vai Vedam Jagopati Sma Krishna. It was Krishna. It was Krishna who is in the beginning instructed this spiritual knowledge to Brahma. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaya. In the beginning of the universe, creation, universal creation, Brahma comes out of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu in the lotus flower. After coming onto the lotus flower, Brahma is sitting in a posture. What to do? Who is he? Who am I? What I have to do? Why I got created? What is this? He got confused. What to do? Then from sky he heard one simple word, tapa, tapa, tapa. Then he understood, I need to do tapas. He started doing tapasya. So Krishna, he revealed this spiritual knowledge into the heart of Brahma. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavaya. So it is a Krishna who is a source of all the sources. Krishna is a supreme master of all the Devi Devatas. You know, if somebody hears it is the first time, for the first time, people may get surprised. What? ISKCON people are saying Krishna is the Supreme Lord. What about others? Shiva, Ganesha, what about them? We are speaking from Shastra. It says clearly in the many Vedic literature, it clearly explains. Everyone else is the servants of Krishna. Krishna, Akela, Ishvara, Arasa, Babhrutya. Everybody is servants of Krishna. Especially these demigods, Devi Devatas, they are representative of Krishna. That doesn't mean that we disrespect them. We should respect them. We can worship them. Through their mercy only we get Krishna's mercy, because they are representative of Krishna. So Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. If anybody understands this, he becomes intelligent, fixed up intelligence. His intelligence becomes sharp, and he will worship Krishna, serve Krishna with a greater intention, devotion. Let us come to practical ground. Let me speak something practical. Why we are discussing so much about Krishna? Krishna is supreme, Krishna is supreme, Krishna is supreme. How many times you will tell this? What is the benefit of that? For example, there are recently Bollywood heroes, Tollywood, many heroes comes up. New movies gets released. New political parties are getting formed. Some political leader became popular. And your friends, your parents in your house, if they comment, that political person is very, very strong. It's very, very great. Nice person. The movie hero is very nicely acted in this movie. This movie becomes nice, super movie. If somebody says like this to you, what happens to you naturally? If somebody says, can somebody respond to my question? In front of you, everybody is glorifying one person, constantly speaking greatness about that person. What comes to your mind? What happens to you? Can somebody respond to my question?
That he would be great.
What?
And that he is genuinely great.
Yeah. So we feel, yes, that's in my hero. That political person is really great. Because I'm hearing so much. Similarly, same things. It happens in negative way also. If you constantly criticize someone, constantly say he's not good, he's waste fellow, you will have that impression only, he's waste fellow. For example, you are entering into first fresher in the college, he's entering for first year, first time, first day. His senior meets him. He says, which class you are studying, which branch, which class, what is your subject now? He says so and so. Now it's a maths class. Your senior says, oh, Maths, oh, that teacher is boring class, boring subject. Then obviously this fresher, the junior, first time when he came, he enters into classroom. Where he sits? Can somebody expect where he sits?
Last
Bench. Last bench.
Yes, of course. He goes and sits in the last bench because he got impression. It's a useless class. It's a boring class. Similarly, as much as we hear about Krishna, Krishna's greatness, Krishna's opulence, that much we become dedicated to Krishna in a positive sense, in a greater sense. Our intelligence gets fixed. Yes, no matter whatever happens, Krishna is Supreme Lord. That's why we should hear constantly about Krishna. Krishna's how great he is, how wonderful he is, how beautiful he is, how charming he is, how full of strength he is, how full of knowledge he is, how beautiful he is, how rich he is, how famous he is, how renowned he is, how merciful he is. So we should constantly discuss about this. When we discuss about this, our devotion for Krishna increases day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, life by life. As much as we hear about Krishna, that much devotion increases in our heart. That much buddhi gets settled, fixed up. Then bhava comes. That's why Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattam sarva pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhuda bhava samanta. So this is how Krishna explains in this shloka. And Prabhupada in the purport, he gives many references to prove this simple fact: Krishna is the Supreme Lord. You know, when there is a seminar happens, when there is a program happens, there is a chief guest invited for that situation. So there is an introduction happens to the chief guest. So this chief guest, our chief guest, did so and so, he worked so and so, he did so and so. Why? Why it is introduced? Because after few minutes, he is going to speak. He's going to speak something. The audience, they will value the person's words if they value the person. So I hope you understood this point. The audience, they will value the instructions, the speech of the person when he knows them, when they know the person, right? That's why they introduce the person. If you know the greatness of the person, then you will value his teachings, his suggestions, his guidance, his lessons. Similarly, to understand Bhagavad Gita, we need to understand the importance of Krishna, the greatness of Krishna. To understand the greatness of Bhagavad Gita, we should understand the greatness of Krishna. If you don't understand greatness of Krishna, then you will not understand Bhagavad Gita greatness. So the Gita Jayanti is coming. We should learn how Krishna great, how wonderful Krishna is. When we learn that, then we'll understand how wonderful Bhagavad Gita is, how each shloka is, how wonderful shloka is. So in this 8th shloka, we learned this lesson today, how Krishna great, he's a supreme Lord, he's supreme opulent. As much as we learn, understand the simple fact, that much we dedicate our intelligence, we get fixed up intelligence, and we dedicate our lives for Krishna. Hare Krishna. So this is a 10.8 shloka, first shloka of Chatushloki Gita. Tomorrow we will discuss 10.9. How devotee, Madgata Bodhayantam, how devotee dedicates his life after understanding this fact. We will see in the 9th chapter tomorrow. Please join us tomorrow again. For now, any questions, comments devotees have, they can ask. How many minutes are remaining, Prashantu?
1 minute, Prabhu.
1 minute. Oh, okay. If anybody has any questions, comments, please post it in our comment box. Maybe in our WhatsApp groups. Personally, you can text us. Thank you very much. Let's meet tomorrow with the next shloka. Hare Krishna. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grandraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Gita Jayanti Mahamahotsav ki jai. Ithai Gaur Premanande Hari. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.